Could you feel the gravity of what I'm about to say? What if your next trip to the grocery store, the next pocket you empty for your car key, even that petty change you mindlessly fling into donation jars, is a gateway to your own hidden fortune? Have you ever stopped mid-checkout because something about a coin made your pulse quicken, even though it looked as mundane as the rest? Yes, we're talking about a 2013 Jefferson Nickel, ordinary on its face, but whispering one of the most extraordinary secrets in modern numismatics. Right here on Treasure Coins, we're turning everyday coins into epic sagas, breathing life back into metal and mint marks, and today, we dive deep into the alloy-clad world of a nickel that's quietly flipping the script. It starts with that crisp Denver D mint mark, stamped on over 380 million nickels in 2013. A sea of identical 5-cent pieces. Yet, in that ocean, a select few shine with anomalies so rare, so powerful, they've shattered expectations, and maybe, just maybe, lurk right in your pocket. What makes this coin so special, you ask? First, the most coveted crown in the world of collecting, the full steps, FS, variety. Picture Monticello's staircase in ancient time-lapse, each step sharp as a razor, every line distinct and deep. For decades, collectors chased full steps on coins from 1938 onward. In 2013, only coins hit at MS67 FS were considered scarce, and anything above that, MS67 Plus or MS68 FS, is near legendary. To put it simply, a nickel with all the Monticello stairs crisp and intact isn't just rare, it's a modern miracle in metal. One PCGS graded MS67 FS nickel sells for around $65, while MS68 FS coins are so elusive they seldom appear in auction lanes. It's like chasing a phantom that's worth hundreds, maybe thousands. But this coin's story veers into the uncanny from here. Enter the shadowy realm of mint errors, die chips, die cracks, double dies, counter brokerage, improperly annealed planchets, missing clad layers, each one a whisper of mechanical mystery, a glitch frozen in time. In 2016, a 2013 D nickel graded MS65 with a reverse die chip sold for $215 at heritage auctions. Another, the extremely rare counter brokerage era, earned $685. And that's just the beginning. A reverse die crack, scarred across Monticello's facade, can draw bids over $110 from collectors hungry for dramatic striations. A 2013 PMS60 improperly annealed piece, toned in haunting hues of black, brown, purple, or even gold, once fetched $215. A coin peeled to expose its raw copper heart, a missing clad layer error, sold for a staggering $620, and that's just for the Philadelphia Mint. An MS65 Denver minted variant would be an absolute monster. Then there's the MS63 strike-through era, where debris got stuck in the strike press and imprinted chaos on the coin, $12 for 2013 PMS63. These numbers aren't fiction, they are auction results, cold hard evidence that modern mint errors are not merely curiosities but serious investments. And consider this, modern minting has incredibly tight quality control. Error coins used to be more common, but since the early 2000s, as technology improved, errors dropped dramatically. Great collections. That makes any surviving mint-era nickel from 2013 a whisper of rebellion in the coin-making machine, a talisman of imperfection in an era of precision. But the story doesn't stop at mechanical mishap, it's personal, human, and intense. Think of the journey from metal strip to mint press to circulation. Each nickel is born, struck, inspected, and dispatched. Most are blandly stamped, counted, and shipped off. But once in a blue moon, the die falters, a chip forms, a stray hair hides in the press, a planchet isn't heated properly. That coin, the anomaly, escapes, slips through inspection, enters circulation, and becomes lost to time, until someone like you picks it up. Picture it, a clerk hands you change after paying for a cup of coffee, and your hand brushes over a nickel that seems different. Maybe that copper tint glimmers strangely, maybe you notice Monticello's steps like a staircase in a dream. Your heart twinges. Your pulse flutters. You wonder, could this be the one? This is why we chase these coins, not just for profit, but for the spark. The detective thrill of discovery. The chance that in a world overwhelmed by the digital, a small piece of metal can still whisper treasure. That feeling, that moment, is worth more than any auction sale. And for those few who have found a 2013 DFS nickel, the thrill was real. The stories echo in collector circles. I found it in pocket change. It was in a roll I'd had for years. It gleamed in the light and I knew. And in the quiet halls of auction rooms, that nickel sold to their highest bidder for hundreds of dollars, twice the price of a newly minted quarter, thrice the thrill. But what if the coin in your hand is not just FS, but FS with die cracks or FS with counter brokerage? The value multiplies, your coin becomes a multi-era trophy, a dream of numismatic complexity. Imagine the story you'll tell. I found this in circulation, a 2013 Jefferson Nickel with perfect steps, a die crack slicing through Monticello, and a partial missing clad layer, sent straight to PCGS, MS65 FSDCAM, sold for $1,500. That's not fantasy, that's within reach. Yes, modern eras are rare, but when they appear, the payoff is real, for collectors and creators alike. So the question becomes not could this coin be valuable? But are you brave enough to look closely? To sift through rolls, to examine coins under light, to learn what to look for: die chips, cracks, doubling, trails, annealing discoloration, FS stare clarity, until your eyes burn with treasure hunting hunger. Could you hold this nickel months or years before realizing its worth? Could you be the missing link between a coin's forgotten past and its golden future? And even if your coin isn't an FS or era, if it's just a regular MS65 2013D, don't despair. These nickels sell for $50 to $65 in mint state. That's more than 5 cents, more than a token. You're still above face value. In a world where every cent counts, that's a miracle. But for those few who uncover the FS variety, or an era that certifies, the real prize is not dollars, it's the story. It's the moment of realization. The flash of triumph. The tangible proof that amidst the ordinary, the extraordinary perseveres. So I leave you with a challenge: the next time change jingles in your pocket, pause. Look. Inspect. Bring out a loupe, a flashlight beam. Let it catch the stair-edge shadows. Let your intuition flare. Because somewhere between the face value and the mint mark lies a universe of possibility. That whispered secret once belonged to ancient Spanish doubloons, to dusty wartime buffalo nickels, to centuries-old gold pieces, and now, it belongs to you, to a tiny 2013 Jefferson nickel that might just rewrite your life. Thank you, dear Treasure Coins family, for spending this moment in anticipation, in wonder, in the silent hum of possibility. If your heart raced at even the hint of this nickel's lore, give this video a like, subscribe to our channel so you never miss the next revelation, and share this with someone who still carries change. That person could be holding the next treasure. May your pocket carry hope, your eyes carry curiosity, and your soul remain open to the stories hidden in metal and mint. For in every nickel lies a whisper of history, and in every whisper, a chance for legend. The rest of the story is waiting to be found. Have you ever felt the eerie chill that comes when the ordinary hides something extraordinary, when a coin so common, so boring, so utterly ignored in the palm of your hand, might just carry a mark so rare, so valuable, so secret that it instantly transforms from pocket change into a collector's holy grail? Have you ever stared at a nickel and felt your breath hitch, because something looked off, different, almost magical? Could your next grocery run become the moment your entire world shifts, because the coin handed back in change isn't just metal, but treasure. Welcome to Treasure Coins, the channel that dares to ask the questions no one else does, the place where forgotten cents, dimes, and nickels become epic legends of mystery and worth. And today, we plunge into a story that sounds unbelievable, almost like fiction, until the facts stare back at you in cold, metallic truth. The year is 2006. The United States Mint has just wrapped up the historic Westward Journey nickel series and returns to their familiar face of Thomas Jefferson, but with a twist. No longer the side profile used for decades. In its place, a bold, forward-facing Jefferson, looking straight at you, eyes burning through time, expression-wise, patient, eternal. On the reverse, Monticello, his beloved estate, cast in crisp architecture. The design is modern, intentional, and yet within this seemingly mass-produced, everyday 2006 P nickel, minted in Philadelphia, where over 690 million pieces were struck, lurks a ghost, a glitch, a tiny feature so easy to overlook, so difficult to replicate, that those who find it are stunned into disbelief. It's the story of the speared bison style era for nickels, reborn in the 2006 P, but here, it's not a bison that's speared, it's Jefferson himself. A strange die gouge, a faint horizontal slash, even sometimes seen above the eye or across the jawline. It may look like a light scratch, but under magnification, it's not damage. It's a mint error. These lines are caused by die gouges, accidental scratches, or debris etched into the die itself, meaning every coin struck by that die will bear the same hidden mark. And when these marks appear in consistent, clear patterns, especially across Jefferson's face, they turn a regular 5-cent piece into a die variety. Collectors call them spitting Jefferson or /George Jefferson errors, and they are far rarer than you'd ever expect from a 2006 nickel. Some versions show a dramatic gouge running from Jefferson's lip, like his spitting, others look like a scar carved across his cheek or under the eye, each one giving this stately founding father an almost battle-worn appearance. And when these are verified and graded, they sell. A 2006 P spitting Jefferson error in near-perfect MS66 condition has fetched $65 to $120 online. That's over 1,200 times its face value. And even more subtle versions, those with a clean, light die gouge, have sold raw for $15 to $40 to collectors eager to own this anomaly. But here's where the story takes a deeper turn. The mint never intended this. These hidden marks, these scars, these strange lines, they are accidents. Pure chaos captured in metal. Each one is unique, yet born from a repeating flaw. Some believe they were caused during die polishing. Others say debris lodged into the die, and as coins were struck, it wore deeper and deeper until Jefferson's face was no longer pristine, but marked permanently. Think about that, out of nearly 700 million nickels, only a tiny number bear these phantom features. And now imagine how many people spent them without ever noticing. How many vending machines swallowed them? How many piggy banks hold them now, silent, forgotten, waiting for someone to notice the tiny line that turns 5 cents into folklore? And that's not all. The 2006 P. Jefferson nickel also carries value in full step, FS, condition, referring to the steps of Monticello. A coin with a clean strike showing 5 or 6 full steps under the dome is exceptionally rare. PCGS and NGC have confirmed fewer than 100 in MS67 FS condition. In 2021, one sold for $460 at auction. MS68 with full steps. Nearly impossible. Only 1 or 2 have been graded. These are the unicorns of the Jefferson series. Because most nickels are struck quickly, with worn dies. Full steps require perfect pressure, alignment, and fresh dies. So to find a 2006 P nickel with Jefferson's haunting stare, a rare die gouge on the obverse, and razor-sharp full steps on the reverse. Well, that's not a coin. That's a miracle. A double rarity. A museum-worthy piece born of accidental perfection. But even beyond the errors and FS varieties lies the true soul of this coin, its place in the evolution of American money. The return to Monticello in 2006 wasn't just aesthetic. It marked the end of an era, the completion of the westward journey narrative. The U.S. Mint wanted to honor Jefferson's legacy, not just as president, but as architect, thinker, and collector. Ironically, it's collectors who now chase this coin the way Jefferson once chased knowledge, obsessively, passionately, with purpose. There are even proof versions of the 2006 nickel, struck in San Francisco with mirror-like fields and frosted details. But even they don't compare to the mystery of circulation finds, the dirt-smeared nickels that still hold secrets from the minting floor. So how do you know if you have one? Hold the coin under a strong light. Use a jewelless loupe. Study Jefferson's face, look near the mouth, nose, chin. Is there a strange line? A slash that doesn't belong? Flip the coin. Are the steps of Monticello visible in full, without breaks? Does the luster shine uninterrupted? If so, you might be holding a gem. You might be staring at a forgotten legend. And the best part? You didn't buy it at auction. You didn't find it in a museum. You pulled it from your change. This is the magic of numismatics. This is why we chase these stories. Because every once in a while, amidst the clutter of cash registers and coat pockets, the universe hands you something priceless and says, "Are you paying attention?" The 2006 P. Jefferson Nickel reminds us that time and chance are always at play. It teaches patience. It rewards curiosity. And it proves that the most unbelievable treasures don't always sparkle, they whisper. In faint gouges. In tiny steps. In the stubborn persistence of metal. So don't underestimate that next nickel you find. Don't shrug off the next handful of change. Examine. Question. Look again. Because somewhere out there, in a roll of nickels you almost didn't search, lies a scar-faced Jefferson worth for more than its 5-cent label. And you, yes you, might be the only one with the eyes to see it. Thank you for exploring this hidden mark with Treasure Coins, where we turn forgotten currency into unforgettable discovery. If this story moved you, if it made you look at your change a little differently, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Because the next person to find that rare coin might be watching right now. Until next time, may your hands be steady, your eyes be sharp, and your pockets always filled with mystery. Keep searching. Keep wondering. Because somewhere, right now, a common coin is whispering to be found, and when you find it, everything changes. What if I told you that a coin minted just a decade ago, one you've likely passed over 1,000 times without a second thought, might just be the next breakout star of the numismatic world? What if the greatest hidden treasure of 2025 isn't buried in the ground or locked in a vault, but sitting quietly in your change jar, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its true worth? And what if that moment, your moment, was now? This isn't hype. This isn't fiction. This is a warning, a call, and a revelation. Because the coin I'm about to show you, yes, this coin, this 2015 P. Jefferson Nickel, is no ordinary piece of currency. It's a ticking time bomb of value, a sleeper pick in the world of coin collecting that experts and hobbyists alike are beginning to whisper about. And here, on Treasure Coins, where we chase the extraordinary in the ordinary, I'm going to show you why this overlooked nickel is about to explode in value, and how you can still find one before the masses wake up. Let's go back to 2015. America is recovering economically, digital payments are rising, and coins are slowly slipping out of the cultural spotlight. The U.S. Mint, nestled in Philadelphia, quietly presses out over 470 million Jefferson Nickels with the now familiar forward-facing Jefferson obverse and Monticello reverse. No flashy commemoratives. No gold content. No silver planchets. Just another common coin, or so it seemed. Because something strange happened in 2015. Amid the ocean of perfectly struck nickels, a series of mint errors and die anomalies began to surface. Some were small, so subtle they'd be invisible to the untrained eye. But others were loud, brazen, shocking. Coins that bore gouges across Jefferson's mouth, creating the infamous spitting Jefferson era. Coins struck slightly off-center, leaving Monticello hanging like a phantom. Coins struck with cud breaks, die chips, and die cracks that cut through the design like lightning bolts from the minting gods themselves. And in the midst of these anomalies lies the most elusive prize, the 2015 P. Jefferson nickel with full steps. You see, most coins don't strike with enough precision to create what collectors call full steps on the Monticello building. The stairs often appear blurred, incomplete, or worn down by tired dies. But every so often, a crisp, flawless strike yields a coin with all 5 or 6 steps perfectly visible, no breaks, no skips, just architectural perfection. And when this miracle of minting happens, the value soars. Coins like the 2015 P and MS 67 full steps have sold for up to $495 at auction, and the population is so low, less than 20 confirmed, that their value in 2025 is predicted to climb even higher. Why? Because modern full steps coins are becoming harder to find in circulation. The US Mint's machinery is efficient, but not perfect, and full steps require exceptional die alignment, pressure, and planchet quality. As fewer coins are struck for long-term circulation and more commerce moves digital, the hunt becomes more competitive, and coins like these will be the centerpieces of collections, their value determined not just by rarity, but by desire. But there's more. Some 2015 P nickels have surfaced with die deterioration doubling, a doubling effect caused by worn-out dies that makes letters appear shadowed or ghosted, particularly around Monticello and E pluribus unum. Though often dismissed as mechanical doubling, some examples are strong enough to command attention from grading agencies, especially when combined with other anomalies. Other 2015 P coins show planchet lamination errors, where a piece of the coin's surface appears to peel or flake off, creating a bizarre, haunting texture. And then there's the holy grail, off-metal strikes. While extremely rare, if a 2015 P nickel was mistakenly struck on a copper or foreign planchet, an accident that has occurred with other modern nickels, it could be worth thousands, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC. And yet, the true power of the 2015 P nickel isn't just in the anomalies. It's in its trajectory. In its potential. You see, this coin is the perfect storm, a relatively low mintage modern nickel, barely talked about, with rare strike characteristics, era varieties, and a growing buzz in coin forums and online marketplaces. As of this recording, listings for high-grade full steps examples are sparse. Graded populations remain low. But demand is rising. Collectors are waking up. Dealers are watching. The value hasn't peaked, but it's building. Like a volcano rumbling just beneath the surface. 2025 could be the year it erupts. And you? You still have time. You can still get in before the price spike. But you have to act. You have to search. Get your hands on nickel rolls. Use a jewelous loop. Examine every 2015 P. Jefferson you find. Look at the steps under Monticello. Are they complete? Sharp? Full? Look at Jefferson's face, are there cracks? Gouges? Doubling? And don't stop there. Hold it under a light. Tilt it. Watch the luster. Look for unusual toning, rainbows, purples, golds. A naturally toned, full steps 2015 P nickel in MS66 or higher could be the unicorn you've been hunting. And don't ignore the raw coins either, because many of these rarities are still out there, uncertified, unrecognized, just waiting to be discovered in a roll of nickels or passed back in change. This isn't a fairy tale. It's already happened with other dates: 2004 D-piece metal nickels, 2005 speared bison, 2006 full steps errors. Now it's happening again. And for those wise enough to see it early, the payoff could be massive. Think about it. In 2015, these nickels were just being minted. Now, 10 years later, most are scratched, damaged, or lost to circulation. But the pristine ones, the gems, the rarities, they are appreciating. Time is giving them weight. And 2025 will mark a full decade. A perfect window for collectors to look back and pay big to complete the set. You don't need $1 million. You don't need a vault. You just need eyes, patience, and a little courage. So I ask you, when was the last time you looked at your nickels? Not glanced, looked. When was the last time you pulled out a roll and examined every coin with intent, with purpose, with the belief that something incredible might be hiding in plain sight? Because this is your chance. The 2015 P. Jefferson Nickel is here. It's real. And it's rising. This is the moment before the wave hits. Will you surf it, or miss it? Thank you for watching Treasure Coins, where legends are made one coin at a time. If this video inspired you, if it lit that spark of curiosity, then hit the like button, subscribe for more hidden coin stories, and share this video with someone who still believes that treasure doesn't have to be buried, it just has to be noticed. And remember, history isn't always written in books. Sometimes, it's stamped in nickel. And the next page might be in your pocket. What if the most valuable treasure of your lifetime wasn't buried deep beneath the earth, but resting unnoticed in the spare change you almost tossed aside? What if your fingertips had already brushed across $1 million clue, and you never even knew it? Could a plain, everyday nickel, one minted over 2 decades ago, really hide a secret so rare, so misunderstood, that not even seasoned collectors have fully unraveled it? Are you brave enough to play the part of a coin detective? Do you have the patience, the vision, the obsession it takes to spot what others miss? Because today, right now, on Treasure Coins, we present the ultimate test. A real mystery. A real challenge. A real coin, minted in 1999 in Philadelphia, quietly hiding in rolls, drawers, change jars across America, that may hold one of the most misunderstood, undervalued, and potentially explosive mint errors of the modern Jefferson era. This is not a gimmick. This is a call to look deeper, to peel back the layers, to examine what others ignore. Welcome to the 1999 P. Jefferson Nickel Coin Detective Challenge, a story of deception, obscurity, and unrealized value. And it all begins with a nickel you've likely never looked at twice. The 1999 P. Jefferson Nickel. On the surface, it's simple. A plain 5-cent piece. A bust of Jefferson facing left. Monticello standing proud on the reverse. A mintage of over 1.2 billion coins, a number so high it nearly guarantees invisibility. But hidden within that vast flood of metal are a handful of coins with details so wrong, so rare, and so easily overlooked that they've become modern folklore. The challenge? To find one. The payoff? Potentially life-changing. Let's begin with the known errors, because while the US Mint struck more than 1 billion 1999 P nickels, they also made mistakes. Massive die cracks, including vertical fractures running through Jefferson's cheek and forehead, have been documented. These errors, when crisp, dramatic, and well-centered, sell for up to $40 to $85 raw, and more if slabbed in high grade. Then there are cud breaks, raised blobs caused by die failure near the rim, that distort the lettering or even obliterate part of "In God We Trust." Cuds are eye-catching, dramatic, and highly collectible. Raw examples have sold for $60 to $120, while slabbed high-grade specimens have fetched $200 plus. But what if your detective work goes deeper? What if you found what some call their phantom doubling, a subtle case of machine doubling or true die doubling on Monticello's columns, or the word 5 cents? While the 1999 P isn't a classic double die like the famed 1955 or 1972 cents, unattributed doubling has been observed in multiple specimens, especially under strong magnification. And if a new DDO or DDR variety is confirmed and catalogued, it could instantly elevate an ordinary nickel into the annals of numismatic history, with a value skyrocketing to thousands, especially in MS66 or better. But the most tantalizing mystery: off-metal planchet strikes. Rumors persist in collecting circles of 1999 P nickels struck on foreign planchets, including clad dime stock or even copper zinc blanks meant for cents. One authenticated 1999 P Jefferson nickel struck on a cent planchet, weighing just 3.11 grams, reportedly sold for over $4,000 at auction. Another struck on a Guatemalan 50-centavo planchet was pulled from a coin machine and eventually sold for more than $2,500. These coins defy explanation. They shouldn't exist. And yet they do. That's where the detective work begins, by weighing every 1999 P nickel you find. A normal Jefferson nickel weighs 5 grams. Anything significantly less, 4.5 g, 3.1 g, even 2.5 g, should set off alarm bells. Use a jeweler scale. Measure diameter. Check rim thickness. Look for off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, or mirror-like, proof-like surfaces that suggest special strikes or experimental planchets. Even unusual toning, deep purples, fire reds, rainbow sheens, may hint at chemical or metallurgical anomalies, especially when paired with an error. But here's the twist that makes this coin even more dangerous, and even more valuable. The full steps, FS, variety. This is where true obsession pays off. On the reverse, Monticello's steps, those tiny lines under the columns, are a test of the die's sharpness and the strike's precision. Most nickels. Weak steps. Blurred lines. But a 1999 P with 5 or 6 uninterrupted full steps in MS66, MS67 or higher condition is gold. These coins are population rarities, with less than 10 graded by PCGS in MS67 FS, and possibly none in MS68. And the value? A certified MS67 full steps 1999 P nickel sold for $995 at auction in 2022. Another sold for $1,175 the year before. And those numbers will rise, because more collectors are racing to assemble modern Jefferson sets with full steps designations, and the supply just isn't there. Think about that. A $1 nickel, hidden in plain sight, minted in a billion coin year, now commanding nearly $1,200, all because someone looked closer. So here's your challenge: become the detective. Get your tools, magnifier, scale, gloves, flashlight. Start hunting through rolls. Go to banks. Search your own change. Examine every single 1999 P Jefferson nickel you find. Ask the right questions. Is it struck off center? Does it have die cracks or cuds? Is the color strange? Does it weigh less than 5 g? Do the steps under Monticello appear full? Be ruthless. Be curious. Be relentless. Because if you find the right one, especially a coin that combines multiple features, like an off-metal full steps variety with a dramatic die gouge, you might not just be uncovering a valuable coin. You might be revealing something no one else has found yet. A new discovery, a $1 million mint error, one that could be written up in journals, submitted to grading agencies, published in price guides. Your name. Your find. Your story. Immortalized in numismatic history. And if that seems impossible, remember, it has happened before. The 2004 de-speared bison was found in circulation. The 1999 wide AM cent was pulled from change. A man once found a $1 million 1974 aluminum cent in his father's belongings. Why not you? Why not now? Why not this nickel? Thank you for joining this quest on treasure coins, where every coin tells a story, and some tell legends. If this video awakens something in you, if you feel the pull of the hunt, the thrill of the unknown, then smash that like button, subscribe, and join us on the next mystery. Share this video with a friend, maybe they'll spot the detail you missed. And remember, treasure doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes, it jingles softly in your pocket, waiting for you to listen. Keep looking. Keep learning. And above all, keep believing. Because the next coin you find could change everything.